I want to just give a quick little demonstration about one of the ways that you can use Parlay that's not one of the ways that's always advertised. This comes from my World Lit and Grammar class. And what happened is my students were writing a major paper, and you're going to notice that I actually created what's called a roundtable, and this is just an online roundtable, which is meant to be an online discussion. And I created my own tasks for them to do, and I said, here's your task, here's what we're doing in class, here's your task, here's what your peer feedback instructions are. And I actually use this to house and monitor all of my peer editing. And I will give kids checklists, and I tell them to do things, and it puts them in conversation with one another. And I can actually just look at how all of this functions in one spot. And actually, Parlay gives us a lot of data that we can mine through too, but we'll look at that at a different time. But you're going to notice I gave my kids the task to just put their intro paragraphs about tyranny in their initial responses. So they all respond to this particular prompt with their intro paragraphs. Then they have to comment on 2 of their peers' intro paragraphs. And when they did that, I created a checklist of what the students had to do. And they had to either talk about what was engaging, provide more context, rewrite thesis statements. So they're interacting to make each other's intro paragraphs actually better, and they're all housed in one spot. And what's really nice is you'll notice that Florence Nightingale is one of my students, and clearly Florence Nightingale is not literally someone in my class. And what I really appreciate about this is that my students only see historical names, so unless they're communicating with one another, they don't know whose stuff is whose. And because of that, you're not going to see students just chasing down their friends to interact with one another. And so now, just a quick little demonstration of what this looks like here. I had a student who actually put in an intro paragraph here that was supposed to go through the first 3 moves of the classical argument structure. And then we have comments, and then these would be the comments that are right here. And I can just check these out, and I could say, okay, here's the initial assignment, here are the comments. I can evaluate those comments and know that they're interacting with one another. And this creates, once again, that conversation that about peer editing that's actually kind of blind peer editing, and it's engaging. It's engaging for the classroom, and it was super helpful in getting the kids to produce better intro paragraphs as they had to revisit what they did and actually offer suggestions for other students' works. And I had all of their checklists right here. They could consistently go back to it right online. So please consider checking out Parlay. Once again, they are sponsoring this video, and we are grateful to them for that, because they are indeed partnering with us to help the garden grow. We look forward to continuing work with them.